How do you describe a feeling? I've only ever dreamt of this.
Intervista per Console Monster e Game for Fun esclusiva da Alessandro e Henk.
Eccoci qua con Henk. Noi sviluppatore di Call of Duty e faremo qualche domanda per conoscerlo meglio e conoscere meglio il gioco. Can you explain the experience of Call of Duty with a single objective?
Can I explain what the objective is in Call of Duty?
With an objective.
For example, like what they're trying to do in the game?
Yes.
I'll tell you that in this particular game, we were able to interview, and I apologize to your audience now that my Italian is very poor. I would say this in Italian, out of respect. I haven't studied Italian long enough to be able to do this, so let me apologize for speaking English. We have many people come to us and say, why did you go back to World War II when you had such a good game, Modern Warfare game? And we say to them, I say to them, we're not going back, we never finished. There's an amazing story about World War II that was fought in the Pacific theater. Everybody in all of our games tend to focus on the European theater of World War II. The legacy of courage and sacrifice that was the United States Marine Corps in the Pacific Theater and fighting the Imperial Japanese Army, that story has not been told. It's not been told right. Not been told with the skill and the level of fidelity that we can bring to it in the Call of Duty franchise. And so it's very important that we go back and tell that story. And the development team has done a very good job telling the story. The Japanese were an extremely relentless, cruel, cunning opponent that would die rather than surrender. So it was a very brutal campaign fought in the Pacific Theater. Many casualties. If 10,000 Japanese were defending an island, 10,000 Japanese would give their lives for that island. And so no surrender, very tough fighting.
Are you an ex-soldier?
I am an ex-soldier. I served in the United States Army for 24 years. I did not fight in the World War II, though. I'm not quite old enough to do that. I fought in the first Gulf War, and I've been back to Iraq a couple times as a contractor in this most recent unpleasantness. I actually saw some Italian soldiers over there serving with NATO, by the way.
When you play with the Call of Duty, do you remember that you can in your past? Do you remember your past?
The question is, if when I played the game, does it bring back memories? And absolutely. When I first played I worked with all the Call of Duty games. And when they brought me out to be an advisor, initially I said, I don't want to be an advisor for video games. You know, that's not right. Until I saw that because the developers take special attention to make these games, they are a tribute to the generation that fought in World War II. And I said, this is teaching history. Not only is it taking a video game, it's teaching history. And so I would go back and play these video games. And when I would play the initial Call of Duty and, on the PC, I can remember playing it, and a German would come around the corner where I hadn't checked the back, and it would shock me because I remembered my own experiences and thinking I should not have forgotten to do them. So yeah, it reminded me of, you know, I should be more careful and remember the battle drills that I'm supposed to execute as a soldier. So you do remember events when you play these games if you've done this in real life, especially the sound of the gunfire. Yeah, they record the actual gunfire sound. So you remember that and you go, whoa.
So the sound is very real.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, if you have your speakers turned up and the sound goes over your ear. You're like, whoa, oh. These guys play the game real loud in the room with me. They got the speakers all turned up. They got 4-way speakers all around me. They all sit there. They hear boom. I all go. I'm like, whoa. They don't duck because they're not used to being ducking, but I duck. Thank you. Take care for that. How about my friends? Hey, son of a peach. I can't drink this without my friends having some. What about my new Italian friends? Bastards.
Sono astemio, quindi I tend to drink a beer.
Today he drinks a beer because it's on camera. For him, not to drink a beer would dishonor all Italians. He will now consume this beer.
Wait. Mi spiace, devi bere, se no si offende.
For his people, for the honor of Italians, he will now consume this beer even though he does not care for beer. Because he is a strong man. In his blood is the Roman legion. Roman legion. Now he's helping. The Roman legion learned teamwork. Now they're using it. Did you like that movie, The Gladiator?
Oh yes, I love it.
Facciamo.
Favorite movies, huh? For that idea that was wrong. Remember that? That's what it's all about.
You describe a feeling.
Arrivederci to all the fans of Call of Duty on Monster Web TV.
Ok.
You describe a feeling. I've only ever dreamt of this.